is Melanie Shapiro. I wanted to just communicate with everyone. We have news that the Department of Homeland Security is violating the Supreme Court order that about DACA. So we just got the news, and I just wanted to jump on and answer any questions and explain a little bit about what's happening right now. So on June 18th, the Supreme Court in US v. Regions of California, etc., determined that the way in which the Trump administration tried to get rid of the DACA program was they couldn't do it that way, so it was unconstitutional, arbitrary and capricious, etc. So after that decision, we thought, what does this mean, and where do we go from here? And we thought that after this decision, we could file new applications for DACA. With this lawsuit that was pending, you could only file renewal cases, but since the Supreme Court said that the way that they terminated DACA was invalid, then the whole order was invalid to try and stop DACA. Thus, we could file new applications. And I know that some of my colleagues did have success prior today filing and getting receipts for new DACA applications. So I'm just going to explain a little bit about what DACA is and the Supreme Court decision. So DACA is Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, also known as for the Dreamers. And it's for immigrant youth who meet certain qualifications, and it provides 2 years agreement that immigration is not going to prosecute them, and it allows them to get a work permit, a social security number, and a driver's license. So while this is kind of a stopgap in lawful status, and it's not a pathway to citizenship or anything right now, it was a temporary solution from the Obama administration that allows people to live and work in the United States. So what happened is in 2017, the Trump administration attempted to terminate DACA through a memorandum. And so while this was in litigation, people could apply for renewals, but they weren't able to apply for new DACA status, the initial applications. So then what the Supreme Court decided on June 18th was basically it was a very narrow decision of not whether or not DACA is constitutional or anything about that. It was more about how the Trump administration tried to stop DACA. And so this dealt with a lot of issues of administrative law and determining what this means and how it's enforced. And there was an issue of whether the government failed to consider certain factors when they were determining whether to terminate DACA. So that's the whole arbitrary and capricious standard. And the Supreme Court did decide that the way in which the Trump administration tried to end DACA was arbitrary and capricious because they failed to consider important factors, such as what lies at the heart of DACA, and especially the serious reliance interests of DACA recipients, their families, and the community. And there were some challenges regarding the Equal Protection Act of the Fifth Amendment and so forth. But the real problem now is that after the Supreme Court decision, the Trump administration is violating the order and not allowing anyone to apply for new DACA applications. So I know that there will be challenges to this, and this is very frustrating. It's yet again another hit from the Trump administration on the immigrant population. So I will provide more information as we see it. I just wanted to hop on and connect with everybody and let you know that we're here. We're here to answer your questions, and we will all fight this. And hopefully in November, we will have a new person elected for president. So please send in your questions, give us a call at 781-461-0100.